And we continue to follow breaking news on the election. I mean, obviously not breaking, but this is an ongoing story that we've been covering for so much time now. And this election for so many, Betsy, feels unlike any other. One that they're saying will be historical, not just because of the nominees, but also because of the division that we're seeing in our country now. I know for many, it feels this way for me. I can't remember a time in my lifetime where it felt like we were so divided.
Yeah, Maureen Kyle sat down with two of Ohio's most prominent politicians with Washington experience to talk about what they would like to see out of this election.
We set out to ask those who have experience as elected officials what makes this election so historic. I was expecting a conversation down partisan lines, both people making their case for their party's candidate, but their ultimate answer surprised me.
Every election is an important election. Let me start there.
Well, they're all for the history books, and it's a great country that we have when we have these elections.
And 2024 is no different, with candidates in a dead heat in the polls and hot-button issues reaching a boiling point. We sat down with former Republican Congressman Jim Renacci and former Secretary of Housing and Urban Development Marcia Fudge, who is a Democrat. Both have Washington, D.C. experience and know what it takes to win an election.
In your opinion, policy versus personality, what do you think is going to be winning the election?
People vote for the person they like, many times not the most competent person. And I think in the end, they brush past the policies, and if it's a likable person, they're going to vote for them. I think people want to vote for somebody they can say, hey, I can sit down and have a discussion with, have a beer with, is kind of the quote answer. And I think that's what drives, especially presidential politics.
Is this a personality election or a policy election?
Or policy, strictly. I mean, all elections are policy elections. You know, I was an elected official for many, many years. What I realized is two things. Policy is important, but people vote for people they like. They vote for people they believe in, that they have confidence in. So there's always some personality involved. It's not just, okay, we go out and vote for the person with the best plan, because the average person doesn't know all the plans.
And even if voters do their homework, Renacci says these plans are merely promises.
Look, they're all vying for votes, which is really problematic for me. Serving in Congress, I can tell you that their policies still have to get vetted and passed by Congress. So it doesn't matter what their policies are. And most of their policies, even former President Trump's policies, I don't think will get passed by the House and the Senate, and neither will Kamala Harris's get passed. I mean, they're looking to do things to garner votes.
Something else these two agree on, even though voters will be looking to a newly elected president to change the trajectory of the country, becoming a unified nation will fall on all of us.
I was at a show this weekend where the performer said, we keep saying those people. And the truth of it is that's our biggest problem. In politics, it's always those people don't agree with us. And one of the things he said was, those people are us. You know, we all have families, we all have brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers, and we're all those people. And I think how we fix this country is we start thinking that way.
There's a choice that we've never really had before. There's a choice as to whether we decide that we believe in the rule of law, that we believe in repairing the faults of this country instead of pulling us further apart. I mean, if you look everywhere, there's chaos, but we have always been the light on the hill. We've always been the nation that all nations strive to be. And I think that this election will decide if we believe that this is a nation we all want to be.
Both Secretary Fudge and Congressman Renacci did have opinions on each candidate's economic policy and other policies. We will be hearing from them and a Case Western Reserve University professor tomorrow as we continue our election coverage.